So before we were working together, what were your top three challenges?
Um, what was, oh my God, it was this, I mean, my top challenge was that I wasn't, I wasn't feeling happy with my work, and I wanted to venture back into, at the time I wanted to venture back into corporate, but I had no idea how, because over for years I've been trying to do something by myself. So I finally decided to, invest into, help, like, yeah.
Hmm.
So basically, number one top thing was, yeah, I didn't know how to move the needle myself, so I needed help. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was that like for you?
I was discouraged, and it was frustrating because I knew that I could, if I wanted to, that I could do so much more, but I didn't know how to, and it was frustrating. And
Hmm.
I also like discipline has always been my big thing. So meaning without external framework, it's hard for me to self-discipline myself to do things. I'm very good at when I have an external framework or job or boss, but by myself I couldn't move the needle at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we eventually wound up in a little bit of a different place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But for that problem specifically, how did I help you overcome those challenges?
You mean those you gave me first you gave me the example of, when I was on the PM track, you first and foremost it was like, and that's why I think I was drawn to you, is that the power of example. You came from same industry, generally speaking, so just like seeing you do the jump, it just I believe that I could do it myself
Mm.
in PM context, and that's for me, and that's always been in my life like that. When I see somebody else doing something from my position, and so that was the biggest thing, uh,
Hmm.
even to start working with you, and then as we started working together, it was just the um, giving me the framework of what I need to do, and the triangle of getting employed was very helpful if I don't have qualifications and experience, and then networking. That all kind of put it into perspective, and helped me get clarity. And at one point, I was kind of like focused. Okay, let me get some credentials, and then I'll push the networking. And so that was really helpful. Yeah.
You're one of the most organized people I think I've ever worked with. So
Really?
organized in that,
How come?
yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like that at all, which is funny.
Your plan for like studying and getting that certification was just so beautiful. Um, okay, so after working with me in the PM context, or just generally,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll just say just generally, what do you feel is possible for you now?
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Or to put it a
Uh,
different way, since we had that bit of a scope change, what
yeah,
what
yeah.
what outcomes did you get?
I got really clear that like working with you, and trying to transition into PM and learning more about it and everything, just gave me the clarity that I about first of all, it gave me the opportunity to experience what it's like to be on that path, and then start talking to people. And then I didn't do massive amounts of networking, but I did maybe I did like I don't know if I did a dozen or even less, like talks with people, with a dozen different people, maybe even less, maybe seven, eight. But it just gave me clarity, and of like, oh, I don't want to really do this, which I think is also valuable. And I don't think it's a, I don't see, yeah, it's just like, even though I completely kind of gave up on the PM thing, it's just, I feel it was valuable experience because I got really clear that I don't want a desk job,
Yeah,
which PM is a desk job,
yeah,
and and um, and then yeah, that's just brought me. That's the biggest gift I think of all that stuff, because I kind of put myself through the process with your help and everything, but I realized that yeah, I don't want that kind of life.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love that you call it a gift. And you were always very clear about that, right? You were like, I don't want to get stuck behind a desk. And
yeah,
you were kind of wrestling with that, right? Like you always kind of knew
yeah,
you were going to be behind a desk a little bit. And conversation, like how much is a little bit?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Good. Well, I'm really glad you got that clarity that you needed, even though the outcome was maybe a little different than either of us had expected, like that clarity. I'm glad you see value in that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, this was the furthest that I got so far in the past 10 years, and I'm really getting comfortable with this industry that I'm in, and that this is, my thing, because I am good at it.
Mm.
And I think we talked about is like, I can't, I was able to, I wasn't, I'm at the top of the industry, didn't even try to be there. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah. Do you
accepting that,
think,
you know,
oh,
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. No, 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 go ahead, go ahead.
Do you think that working with me helped you get there faster or that it gave you more confidence in your decision? Was there anything there?
Yeah, I think it got me. I mean, I think it was just like another reality check for me personally, that, you know, because it was a fantasy. It was a fantasy, and I know now that it's like, growing up, my family didn't look at these jobs, at the hospitality industry as anything, valuable and anything worthwhile or prestigious. So I struggle with that mentality, and it's still there in me, but so it was valuable to go through all that, and I just noticed that it's not, and it was hard also, because it was hard, but I was pushing myself. Yeah, I think it helped me to let the whole experience with it going, like being coached by you and everything. I think it's just helped me accept the reality of where I am, and
Yeah.
where I because it's like, yeah, where I want to go. And well, the main driver was, yeah, like having more prestige. So it's kind of like an ego. It was a
Mm,
big ego thing for me.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit abstract.
No, that's what we're here for. And without a doubt, you are good at what you do, without a doubt. And I think there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of prestige in what you do. I mean, you rub elbows with powerful people that so
Yeah.
the names that you have told me is just so interesting.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Was our time together worth the investment?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I have doubts. Like, just to be perfectly honest, I do feel that, I really feel everything that I said up until this point, but for myself, I regret that I spend that money, just because I've been, I mean, if you remember, I've been doing this for years. I spend money on these, side businesses and this and that, and then I don't follow through. And so I do regret for myself that, but aside from that, I think it was a pretty good deal. like
Mm,
yeah, because you were very flexible, you were very a lot, and yeah, I think it's a good deal for it was a good deal for somebody who, you know, follows
mm,
through with it. And, I mean, yeah.
mm. There's still some feelings there that you didn't follow through.
No, it's not that. There's feelings that I mean, that's again, like that's like that I did it again because every year I do something like, you know,
Mm,
go out, I spend money. I either, well, you know, this was my biggest investment, you know, amount of money that I spent so far, but you know, it's happened a lot over the years. It's accumulated to a lot of money over the
mm.
years. So yeah,
Okay, this one you paid for peace of mind.
was that?
I think you paid for peace of mind with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like, yeah, I'm on the right path.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What to someone who is hesitant to work with me?
Hmm. Hesitant because of what?
Just generally.
Generally, yeah. Um, I would say that you're somebody who can be trusted and that you'll do everything, you know, to your power to, you know, lead them where they want to go, basically. I mean, in PM context, for example, yeah.
Yeah.
And that even though it it's a big it's a big investment, but I trust that you can lead people to that goal, you know. Even though I changed the goal, but yeah, I trust that you can do it.
Yeah. Awesome. What went particularly well in our relationship together and
Yeah,
the coaching? What went particularly
yeah.
well?
I think the flexibility for me was the most important thing, and just the personal, just like one on one, even though it wasn't live, but you know, like one on one, basically one on one communication. There, you were very responsive and for videos and voices, messages, and everything, and that was the most valuable thing. And that's why I think it's worth it because it's just like that kind of coaching. It's unbelievable for me. That's like the biggest value for me, you know, because there's a lot of stuff out there. Even there's a lot of stuff out there, even that like people are charging the money that you're charging, but then they like throw like you know, they throw a website at you with, and they throw like a pre-recorded video at you, and I'm like, I don't want that. I mean, I can, you know, that's why what I value with your offering. It was like true coaching, one on one, basically. Yeah.